Alright, Happy New Year, everybody. I've been taking some time off because A, I've been working, and B, just needed some time to just deal with a lot of personal issues going on. But for 2025, we are back. We're going to do uploads. We're going to go crazy. And as you can see, we're going to talk about the Royal Rumble on February 1st. Now, I normally post my predictions on Twitter at TheKidMatch13. Go follow me on that. But I decided I'm actually going to make this a yearly YouTube upload because it's actually going to be very fun to see the comments of like, okay, what do people really think about my predictions? What do people want to see? In 2020, I called that Drew McIntyre was going to win the Royal Rumble match. In 2021, I called that Edge was going to win the Rumble match. And I called that Rhea Ripley was going to win the Rumble match. So I've been very spot on my predictions. And it's like, maybe I can bring it into some air. And I know for this Rumble that's coming up is like, okay, maybe these ones are a little bit too predictable, and it kind of makes the most sense to go with these two, but why not? These are my this is my two Rumble winners for 2025. So my first pick for the Women's Rumble is, oh my god, well, you see who I want for the men's. My first pick is Io Sky. Io Sky is without a doubt probably the best women's wrestler on the main roster. She has had a phenomenal run since her return in 2022. Women's champion, won the Money in the Bank, headlined WrestleMania against Bayley in my opinion, one of the best matches of the year. I'm going to be uploading a top 10 of my matches that I've watched in 2024 coming up probably in the next couple of hours. But Io Sky heading into 2025 has a lot of momentum. I know she just lost an Intercontinental title qualifier or Intercontinental title tournament match against Lyra Valkyria, but those two always seem to just put on a fantastic match every single time. And Io just coming off the heels of a Women's World Championship match against Liv Morgan, where she probably gave Liv Morgan her best women's title defense perhaps in her title run. I think that Io Sky is the perfect choice to walk into WrestleMania as a challenger to the Women's World Championship, because I do believe that she's the best choice for the next challenger to whoever is the Women's World Champion, who I believe will be Rhea Ripley. And we got that stare down on Raw before Saturday night's main event, and it was so cool. It was so awesome to see Rhea Ripley and Io just share the ring, and it just makes the most amount of sense for these two to just have that one-on-one match. These two have never met before in a one-on-one match. They're so incredibly talented. Io is so phenomenally good, and out of all the people who's most likely going to be in the Women's Rumble match, she just makes the most amount of sense. Her consistency, her level of work, her character build, and just what happened this past year in WrestleMania, where she was the champion, knows what it's like to be the champion heading into WrestleMania and be faced off against as a person who's facing a Rumble winner. I just feel like Io Sky deserves the entire world. She's the most fascinating choice to win the Rumble match. If I didn't have to choose Io Sky, I would say Bianca Belair would be another great choice, because she's been heavily consistent over the years. But I think there's just something else more with Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill than it is to just have Bianca Belair win another women's Rumble match when she already has that, and she already has had a main event at WrestleMania, and that was at WrestleMania 37 against Sasha Banks, and it was one of the best matches of 2021, perhaps maybe one of the best women's matches of all time. Doesn't get enough appreciation, but Io Sky is my pick to win the Women's Royal Rumble match. In terms of the men, CM Punk has got to be it. CM Punk has to do it. It just makes the most amount of sense. It'll be over years since the time that he walked down the WWE in the Royal Rumble match in 2014. He just has the most compelling drive and story to win the Royal Rumble match and headline WrestleMania, and I think there's just a lot more substance to a CM Punk Royal Rumble win than John Cena winning a Royal Rumble match. Now, I get it. John Cena is retiring. in 2025. He's retiring this year. It'll suck. It'll hurt the life out of me. And I really, really, really wanted to go with John Cena so badly. But CM Punk just makes the most amount of sense. I know that Gunther right now is the world champion. But I do believe that he's going to drop the world championship before WrestleMania. And there's going to be a different path for him than anyone else. Than him facing John Cena for the World Heavyweight title. I think there's going to be a second CM Punk versus Seth Rollins match, and I think the World Heavyweight Championship should be involved. This was supposed to be the World Championship match at WrestleMania 40. We didn't get that because Punk was injured. Seth also got hurt, and directions changed with Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes versus The Rock and Roman Reigns, and Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre, which was the backup plan to Punk versus Drew, or Punk versus Seth, I should say. It just feels like for CM Punk, it's a long time coming. He can headline night one for all it's worth. Because I do believe the WWE Championship probably won't headline a WrestleMania this year unless Punk changes course and he faces Cody Rhodes, which I will say is the most wild thing that people aren't thinking about right now, because there is a huge story with CM Punk and Cody Rhodes compared to Seth Rollins and CM Punk, because we're already going to see this, but we haven't seen Cody versus Punk. We saw glimpses of it in 2024 before the Rumble match, and then Punk got hurt in the Rumble match with Cody. I do think that that has a lot of potential, and if Punk is going to headline WrestleMania and it's going to main event WrestleMania, why not be against Cody Rhodes? I know that there's a different prospect that they can go with for Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania, and my thought is that if there isn't a Rock available, then it's probably going to be a Cody versus Randy. But if The Rock is available, I'm going to say this, and I know a lot of people are going to probably disagree with it, it'll be a triple threat match. Cody, Rock, Roman for the Undisputed WWE Championship at WrestleMania 41 Night 2. And in all honesty, I would not mind that at all. It just conglomerates all the stories that are tied together between those individuals. And Punk would headline Night 1 against Seth Rollins for the World Heavyweight Championship. But I think there's just a lot more story into Punk Cody than any other match there is. Rock Roman can have Night 2 if Rock is available. And that's a huge if, because we already have seen like the stories and stuff, or the rumors going around that he might not be available for WrestleMania. And that's saying something, because we all saw that The Rock came out during WrestleMania, or it came out during Bad Blood. And it's like, damn, like, who knows what's gonna happen in this coming couple of days or so, especially with WWE's debut on Netflix this Monday. It should be insane. It should be unbelievable. It should be an incredible night, and I don't know what's about to happen, but I sure do know it's going to be fun. It's going to be awesome. But CM Punk winning the Royal Rumble match, I think, is the most compelling choice to win. It's the best choice on the men's side compared to anybody else. I know people will say John Cena is the best choice because he's retiring, deserves to have a Rumble win. I get it, I understand it, but he would have 3 Rumble wins, and John Cena doesn't technically need a Royal Rumble win. And at the same time, John Cena doesn't need a lot of reasons to win a Royal Rumble match. And at the same time, he doesn't really need a championship match at WrestleMania. I think he just needs a straightforward one-on-one match. It'll be nice to see it, don't get me wrong, but I just think he just needs a straight one-on-one match. I think he just needs a straight singles match against Gunther without the title in play. And you can add a championship into any other rivalry, any other story. It does not matter. So those are my 2 choices to win the Royal Rumble. If you agree with me, let me know in the comments. If you don't, let me know who you want to see win the Royal Rumble. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. 2025 is going to be a huge year.
Got some content on the way, and I will see you all soon. Peace and love to all y'all.